Y'all know what it is. It's the Find the Boxer game. Purchase a box for a chance at winning $500. One of 54 boxes has a missing boxer inside. Purchase your box or boxes by Cash Apping $ usual 50/50. Include your box number, name, and email address. Your box number will be confirmed and sent directly to your email. Each box is $20 with a 1 in 54 chance of winning. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Y'all know what it is. It's the usual suspect 650-50 draw. Buy your tickets now for your chance at winning half the pot. Cash App, $ usual 50/50. Tickets are on sale for $10 for one, $20 for 3 tickets, and $50 for 10 tickets. Put your desired amount, name or alias, as well as your email address, and your tickets will be set. We announce the winning ticket numbers every other Friday on Supreme Beats Boxing Talk Bullshit on the Beltway, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Push the weight in no flex. Flex the livest one in the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the.
Yeah, come on!
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Good morning. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. On this 5th installment of Simian Saturday, July 12th, 2025. Yeah. Gotta talk about the big ape. The big ape. I need all Tank fans, even the D watchers, you know, his name goes into the algorithm, and, you know, I'm a notorious Tank hater. I mean, because that's the coat you put on me. And I always say the same thing. Prove me wrong. In reference to my conversation, prove me wrong. They can't do it. And shout out to everybody that spoke about this. You can't do it without trying to break the Devin Haney glass. That falls so short. It's ridiculous. There's no comparison. So this morning, I challenged the Tank Davis support system, the Fanatics, D-Riders, whatever you want to call them. You know, name calling is irrelevant at this point. What do you say to him? I challenge y'all to pull up. Because it's irrelevant at this point. Calling me a hater and, you know, trying to break the Devin Haney glass. Oh, you know, he just had problems with. Yeah, okay, right. We're in the era where women look at men as a lick. Women look at men as a come up. You guys got to be very careful. I'm so glad I'm not a youngster in this era, because I mean, I got family that got little boys and little girls. We're raising the girls right. All right. When you got women raising little girls in their image, and these women ain't ish. They're not. You have to prepare these young men to deal with that by showing them how to maneuver around it and just not to deal with it. You absolutely have to do that. But when these boys aren't being raised by real men, what you got? When I say raised by real men, I'm talking about being raised in a household. Fathers, at least a male role model, somebody that understands how to move and shake as a black man in this world. When that falls short, what you got? You got Tank Davis behavior. So I challenge y'all. I mean, you can call me what you want. But the question is, what would you say to Tank right now that could help him? There you go. And I see y'all pulling up. I see y'all in the chat. I have to get to this cook immediately. What would you say to Tank right now? I want all the young heads to pull up. I want all the grown adolescents to pull up. All of you, pull up. Challenge me on this. Because I promise you, I'm not the problem. I'm not the problem. I'm not the one beating on chicks and going to jail. I'm not the one putting myself in a position where a woman could lie on me so I can go to jail. I'm not the problem. I'm not the problem. I ain't the issue. Oh yeah, OG Mr. Smart. Yeah, yeah. That's why I want them to pull up. I want somebody to pull up and defend Tank today, this morning. I will drop a link and I'll let you cook. I want somebody to defend this. There's no defending this. None. You know, when I get like this, and it's not about boxing, because we're not talking about boxing, his behavior is affecting his boxing career. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Society never stopped playing with black men. Y'all could be looking at this like, man, here we go again. And, you know, he's going to get some community service and No, you may F around. He may F around and get in front of a judge and be like, yo, I'm tired of this. Didn't you just go through something? You know what? 2 years. And y'all going to be sitting here like, yo. What? Wait a minute. 24 months? And it's going to be over with. It's going to be over with. Then y'all will understand. And I'm telling you, don't be mad at the system. It was his job not to be playing with the system. Now, I know the kid had some problems growing up. I'm still not clear on it. I only know what bits and pieces people have spoken about. I haven't like dived into it because I never cared. I do care when he starts getting in trouble in the public eye. And I see cats my age, maybe a little younger, some older, that want to brush it off and say, oh, well, you know, he had a hard time growing up. He came up in the trenches, man. Nonsense. Nonsense. And these are people my age. Stop saying that. That is not our story. Stop saying that. He grew up in the trenches. I never, ever seeing a white person make it out the trailer park, and that person leads with their story. I came from the trailer park of Idaho somewhere. I've never heard them. That you might know about it, but you don't hear about it every 5 minutes. They mention it, they talk about it, they move on. Every time one of you knuckle draggers make it big, I gotta hear about how hard you had it growing up. Mama was on crack. Daddy wasn't around. Blah, blah, blah. When does that stop being our story? If I hear another person in their 40s talk about, I identify with Tank because I grew up just like him. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. When are you grown-ass men gonna stop identifying and idolizing stupid stuff? What, his mother and father was on drugs or whatever it was? Oh, your parents was on drugs too? Fine. How deep is that story for you? YEW. I'm tired of hearing it. It's not a badge of honor. Because you know what's ridiculous? How he waited to touch $1 million to get a criminal record. You ever thought about that? What are you idolizing? And then when we get on here and report the news, we're haters? Has anybody in Tank's camp sat him down and give him the Peter Parker Uncle Ben talk? Y'all know what I'm talking about? With great power comes great responsibility. Y'all know Stan Lee in this Marvel universe. I know a lot of y'all are young. A lot of the stuff he did is over y'all head. He was making statements in every cartoon character, every comic book character. He was making statements. I bet y'all didn't know Magneto and Professor Charles Xavier was based off of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. You didn't know that, did you? Both of them were mutants. Both of them were friends, but they had two different ideologies on how to handle things. And in real life, Dr. King said, I think I've led my people into a burning building, meaning Malcolm was right. Segregation, I'm with it. That's what Malcolm X was saying. Hey, man, why do we want to live next door to people that want to burn our houses down? No, they want to be away from us. Let's be away. Man, we had our own communities. They burnt them to the ground. They don't want us around. Let's be away from them. We can thrive on our own. No more holding hands and singing "We Shall Overcome." They'll smile in our face. They'll poison our food. And if you follow the X-Men, you know that the mutants were treated crazy. And Magneto was like, yo, F that, man. There's an asteroid over the Earth, asteroid M. I'm moving up there. Y'all leave me alone. I'm giving y'all the short version. Leave me alone. All the beef that was between humans and mutants, the humans started it. Professor X wants to live amongst these humans. He's like, Magneto's like, man, later for that, man. Later for that. They don't like us, man. Charles, they don't like you. What you mean? So in real life, before Dr. King ate one, he said, I think I led my people to a burning building. Yeah, man. And just when he was waking up, he got taken out. So with great power comes great responsibility. Uncle Ben told that to Peter Parker before Uncle Ben got shot. And you know what happened? Peter chased that. Peter, was doing his own thing with his new power. Y'all know the story. Uncle Ben got mugged and shot. he caught the person that did it to him. Turns out he could have stopped them a couple of days prior. The cops was chasing him. He let Buddy run by him. He said, man, you take care of that. I'm not a cop. And because he let dude go, the world is 360. That dude spun the block, and somehow, by a twist of fate, that same guy shot and killed his Uncle Ben. And that's how he became Spider-Man. Mentally, he became Spider-Man. He was already Spider-Man when he let that robber get away. Has anybody sat Tank down and been Uncle Ben to him? Get Coach Kenny sit down and say, yo, look, man, look, you about to make a lot of money now. Did Kenny do it? Did Cal do it? Anybody over there? Just putting him in the gym and having him hit the bag is one thing. That's great. Keep him off the streets. I get it. Hit pads and, amplify what talent he has. That's great. But did anybody have a conversation with him about life, about how to conduct yourself as a man and as a black man? Did anybody have that? You know what? I'll give you the short answer. The answer is no. Everything he did in reference to his last situation with the law, buying the block, and all that other shit. Remember when I asked, then converting to Islam? Remember when I asked y'all, I said, is this a flex or... All right, I'll take it for what it's worth. He's giving back to the community. Then we found out that, okay, someone tried to burn down one of the buildings, whatever happened, and then he sold it again. You ever heard anything about it? What does he do now again? Buy another block? Shave his head, walk around with a kufi now? What are you gonna do now? You're out of tricks. You're out of tricks. It's over with. So any Tank fan watching, I need to know from you, what would you say to Tank right now? I'm done with words of encouragement. Hold your head, man. Yo, we got your back. We love you. No. You want to call me a hater? Tell me what you would say to him right now. Tank Davis, I know a lot of y'all fans, acronym, freaky ass, If you were standing in front of him right now and you could say something to him, what would it be? Because this kid needs an intervention, not enablers. What could it be? Saying, yo, hold your head. Free my nigga. All of that is just fancy, Negro babble. That's fancy Negro babble. What would you say to him right now? Forget words of encouragement. Tell me something you could say to him that could legitimately help him. Go ahead. Tell me something. I know y'all watching. Pull up. I'm with the shits this morning. Pull up. Oh, Drew, you a hater. Yeah, it's been done. You don't put that coat on me. This was out of concern. Let me see. Okay, Tank was the best guy at 135, right? All right, cool. Oh, I said, okay, that's great, man. Oh, man, how's him versus Teofimo Lopez gonna look, man? I don't know, man. Teofimo got great footwork, man. I don't know it. That fight never happened. Hey, man, who's this kid, Devin Haney, man? Oh, man. Oh, they got history? Oh, man, that's the kid that beat him in sparring in the Doghouse Rules. Oh, that's the little kid. Oh, okay. All right, man. Oh, man, I wonder how that'll work out. Fight never happened. Oh, man, that kid from the Olympics, man, that shortchanged himself for Shakur. Yo, man, got great defense, man. Oh, man, I don't know. Maybe Tank could get him out. That fight never happened. Here come Ryan Garcia. A gazillion Instagram followers. He made that fight. Made that fight easy. Oh, Devin too big. Took his ass right to 140 and knocked out Mario Barrios. knocked him into a somersault. Go watch it. Was Barrios not rolling on the floor? Yeah, he did. Then said, oh, well, 140 is too big, and went back to 135. But when Devin goes to 140 and says, nah, I can't go back to 135. I don't like cutting that weight no more. Oh, he's lying. Oh, Pastor Banana. Please tell me what you would tell Tank right now. My beef with him was about boxing. I'm like, yo, come on. This guy's his knockout artist, right? Can he knock somebody out? Can he knock out his contemporary? I didn't ask for no Hector Garcia. I didn't ask for no Mario Barrios at 140. I didn't even ask for Rolly Romero. And wait a minute. Remember Rolly got caught up with some nonsense with some girl lying on him? What happened to those women? I'm going to ask y'all one more time. Rolly Romero was signed to fight Tank Davis and had legal issues. Some girl lied on him. Remember that? And said that he raped her. Remember that? Turned out to be completely false. What happened to those women? Remember they were talking to the law and everything, and they were interviewing chicks, and it killed his fight. What happened to those women? Nothing. Now, all of this is recent. So if y'all know how these women get down, brothers, why? Why are y'all still playing in the mud? And then I see some of these women. I never saw it. They never put the pictures out of the women that lied on Rolly Romero because they lied on him. But I look at these women, and they're girls. They're significantly younger than me. You're in your 20s with a BBL? What are you doing? How are you in your 20s with a BBL? You got makeup caked up on your face. You look like glorified street walkers. All these chicks look like street walkers. Y'all young men ain't got fathers in your life. Matter of fact, never mind. Y'all ain't got good, clean, and wholesome mothers that know how they get down and say, look, son, you see that right there? You can't. Maybe it's a living contradiction because mama got a BBL. I saw this one dumb Simianette. Someone on Instagram said she gonna teach her son to cash out pretty girls. Whoever knocked that chick up, dude, you're a loser, and I hope somebody punches you in your face and rearranges it. You lost. That's an L, bro. So this is what we're dealing with here. Nobody sat Tank down and said, hey, man, look, you see this? Remember what happened to Rolly? It just happened. Did baby mama not take your toothbrush and dip it in baby shit and lied on you and called those folks down there and almost get you killed? Remember that? Whenever you have an interaction with your baby mama, why aren't the cameras? Tank got money. Tank got money. Hire somebody. Get one of your friends. Yo, look, man, I'm going to see my baby mama. I just need you to record. So when I get in there, just hit record. He pull up, shorty be like, well, who's that? That's my cameraman, recording everything. Get yourself a boom assistant. That's the dudes with the long mics. And record everything. That's for your safety. Get a body cam. This is for your safety. No, fuck a body cam. Get a cameraman to go with you. Baby Mama Chronicles. Put him in the car. From the time you get in the car, press record. Get there, record the whole interaction. Do whatever it is you got to do with the babies and leave. That's for your own safety. Now, the fact that has to happen, but it's a reality, men, hey, man, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. If it's going to be a problem every time you're around that girl, y'all hear me say documentation beats conversation. I say it a lot. Do y'all see now? All of this could have been avoided unless it's true. Now here this fool is again locked up, because this is his mugshot. I altered again. Oh, people gonna get mad. Why are you posting this mugshot? His mugshot's public record. I was minding my own business yesterday, and I get this stupid ass news. This is stupid. This is stupid. And the crazy part is, he legitimately may not have done anything. He legitimately may not have done anything. But the fact that he's putting himself in this situation is absurd. Which is why I question who's around. Tay Jones in the building. Which is why I question who's mentoring this kid. And he's in his 30s, man. His mid-30s. He's beyond mentorship right now. It's over. This is ridiculous. No doubt, Tay, anytime. No doubt. I was more tired than a mofo, man. I was up, man. I only had 3 hours of sleep yesterday. When I got home, I had to, when I dropped you off, I came home and I had to run my mom around. I was supposed to handle some family issues today, but it got postponed to next Saturday. So yeah, that was dope. So next Saturday, I'm gonna handle that business. But salute, Tay, anytime. I'm upset with this Tank Davis nonsense, bro. He's 35 years old, right? Or something like that. How old is he? He's in his mid-30s. He's beyond mentorship. When people look at him, they look at his look and everything else, you think he's a kid. Honestly, you could have told me Tank was 21. I'd have believed you. You'd have told me he was 18. I'd have believed you. He looks like a baby. He does. He looks like a baby. But he's a whole father, right? He's a whole father. And he's in his mid-30s, man. Why are you going through this, man? He's 30? Whatever the fuck. Yeah, Trey, that was me. That was me. He's 30? All right, great. 30-year-old man needs mentorship. I mean, let that sink in. 30-year-old man needs mentorship. Let that sink in. All of these brothers he was around that kept him out the street, he waited till he touched $1 million to start getting in the street shit. Go down the history of his run-ins with the law. Car accidents, leaving the scene. Do y'all understand why I was annoyed with that Devin Haney shit? Him pulling up at the wherever they was, at the restaurant. Y'all understand the principle behind that? While y'all were now I'm not saying y'all in the chat, while the Tank fanatics were enabling that nonsense, why I said that was the dumbest thing he could have ever done. It was so stupid. Every Jordan, salute. If I miss you in the chat, know that I love you. It was so stupid. I'm like, yo, the principle behind this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You monkeys were high-fiving. Yo, hey, he pushed up on Devin. Oh, yeah. Man, shut up, man. He doesn't need to do that. He doesn't need to do that. Him, of all people, doesn't need to be anywhere where the perception is he's about to do something to anybody in the street. Why would y'all enable that? Listen, man. You see, this is why the Tank Davis enablers, they're quiet this morning. And if you're watching, please make yourself known. I have questions for you. I have questions for you. Me and Stormy talk a lot about character. Tell me about this kid's character, please. Tell me about it. Jake Paul got more money than a lot of these pro fighters, bro. And, you know, sidebar, he put together a great event last night. He did. He's actually leaving his mark in boxing, not necessarily him fighting in the ring, but what he's doing in boxing, he's actually leaving a mark. He is. But why is it that him or his brother, Logan, you don't hear them about, getting in trouble with these girls out here? And I know they're sleeping with somebody. Hey, listen, even if it's with another dude, there's a lot of that going on. You don't know about it. And I'm not saying it can't happen. Like as far as some girl making some weird-ass allegation towards him, it can happen. It can happen. But so what? What I'm saying is you don't see it. Now, how is it that he knows to stay out of trouble? Logan knows to stay out of trouble. For the most part, a lot of men know to stay out of trouble. How the hell does Tank find it? He has become a magnet for this nonsense, man. And I'm waiting for you Tank fans to pull up and try and break the Devin Haney glass. I fucking dare you. I dare you. Y'all enabling this nonsense, man. Delano, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying if you know that you hot in these streets, why didn't he take the proper precautions to make sure that these chicks aren't lying on him? I just said before you pulled up, maybe he needs to take one of his friends along just to hit the record button as soon as he pulls up to record everything. Why can't you make arrangements to have someone get your kids? Go to court and say, look, every time I'm around this woman and her mother, they're calling the police. I don't need no smoke. The judge will say, okay, we're going to designate an area where the kids will be dropped off and you'll pick them up. Y'all don't even have to come within 20 feet of each other. They can meet in a parking lot of a McDonald's. You pull up, 20 feet apart, open the door, he comes out, get the babies, and she could curse you out and flip the bird at you, get in the car and leave. Unfortunately, that's a reality. I had a buddy that had to deal with that. His baby mama and her mama was so crazy, he literally went to court and said, every time I go over there, one time he pulled up to the crib, the cops was there. Yeah, man, get your hands behind your back. Just because you get put in cuffs, I don't mean you're under arrest. So he complied. All he said was, what now? Yeah, they said you was coming over here and you was violent and you made threats. He says, no, it's my weekend. I'm coming to get my babies. Yeah, well, they said you said something over the phone. Yeah, I said I'll be here at 5. It's 4:30. I'm early. What, are you going to take these cuffs off at 5 minutes to 5? Whatever. Can you prove it? And this was before the social media era. And when the ladies came out cussing and screaming with a bonnet and rollers in their hair, yeah, mother effer this and mother effer that, he looked at the cops and looked at them and said, you see what I'm dealing with? I don't even want to be here. But I have to be here because the kid is too young to travel on his own. But look at this. He said, I didn't say anything. It's my weekend. I did nothing over the phone. How am I supposed to, you know how many times he went to the house and they just weren't home? They were home. They just ain't let him in. Literally turned the TV off, but he hears footsteps in the house. And this is before smartphones, y'all. And he's written all of this down. It's in court documents. He's like, yo, look, man, this was back when he had to have a CD palm quarter. That's what he had to start doing to catch them. Yo, you hear someone in the house, look, he had to take it to court. And eventually, it's a whole nother story. And eventually he had got custody because those women were crazy. Took the cuffs off him. Yo, sorry, brother. Sorry, man. Oh my God, sorry. You dealing with this? Sorry. Just get the kid, give him the kid. Then one day he brought the kid back on Sunday night. He knocking on the door to drop the kid off. They act like they ain't home. He's like, yo, what the hell? I got to go to work in the morning. He took the kid with him, went back home. The cops knocking on his door. Yeah, man, they saying you kidnapped her son. And she downstairs crying, oh, he took my son and I didn't know. What? I brought him back. He wasn't home. Had to talk to the son. He's like, yeah, we was home and no one answered the door, but mommy was home. It was a mess. 3 years of bullshit, and then he finally got custody. Can you imagine? And no social media, no smartphones, nothing. The law was believing everything these chicks said. Nothing's changed, but technology is on our side nowadays. Documentation beats conversation. Why is Tank? Well, okay, look, he's a fucking idiot. Let's just call it what it is. But why isn't anyone in his circle telling him, bro, this is what you need to do? You gotta protect yourself, man. These women that you chose, and that's another story in itself, but these women that you chose, they're trying to get you. When that chick called the police on him, I don't care what any of you say, she was trying to get him killed, man. She tore up the house while holding the baby. That was a smart move. He recorded the spit on his fucking face. That woman is disgusting. And then when she got caught lying, she gets on social media, we're getting help for our issues. No, he had no issues when it came to you. That was you, stupid. She tried to get this kid killed, man. And why is his ego so big to sit back and say, hey, man, I need some help with this. I don't know what else to do. First of all, you need to stop seeing her face to face. That's the first thing. You don't need to be around her. If child support is for the kid, then your only business is with the kid, not with her. You don't need to see her. You don't need to talk to her face to face. If she has something to say to you, they have texts, they have phone calls, and when she call you, record every conversation. She call you, you answer, be like, hold on. You know I gotta record this now. And she can say whatever she want to say. Because these women are untrustworthy. The women that he chose are untrustworthy. You've learned nothing. From Kenny, from Cal, and whoever else, from Floyd especially, because he ain't got a functioning relationship at all. You've learned nothing. So now we got another goddamn mugshot over something you had control over. And my concern is if he finally sits down at the court and say, man, they're just going to hit me with a community service. And they'll be like, no, 24 months. State penitentiary. Wait a minute, what? Oh, no, I've had it with you because you've done this, you've done this, you've done this, and you haven't learned anything. You remember that his legal action, his legal situation is what kind of held up the Lamont Roach situation? Kinda? No, wait, I got that backwards. The fight was supposed to be in Houston at the Toyota Center. Remember that? That's what we were told. And I ain't going to revisit that whole fiasco because the protection agency was in full swing. But he was trying to leave the country for his birthday. That I remember. He was trying to go to Japan. And I said, wait, don't he got like an ankle bracelet on? Like, he can't leave. The judge told him no. So I said, wait a minute. The fight's supposed to be on this date. He's trying to go to Japan on this date. That's in the middle of camp, was it not? So what is the fight happening? And it was a whole fiasco then. So while y'all running around trying to protect this kid off of every little freaking thing, he hasn't corrected anything. So my question to your fanatics, the Tank fanatics, what would you say to him right now? Because we already know the women are the problem, but at this point, you know how they are. He knows how they are. What would you say to him now? And why are you saying it to a 30-year-old father? You little nigglets ain't gonna pull up today. Sam Seals in that super chat salute. He says, salute, Drew. Playing with them foreign chicks, got his ass about to go to Alligator Alcatraz, man. Have y'all seen Alligator Alcatraz? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Straight up. He did this. Listen, anybody, women, yo, listen, man, fellas, a shorty should have one time to show you who she is. The moment she shows you, believe her. I got a bunch of stories. Go to Patreon. I remember I was dating a chick, ain't even get far. Went on a couple of dates, and then one time we was walking down the street or something, and she talked with her hands a lot. And in mid-conversation, like we were clowning. And, you know, we was like, what I call, you know, we was y'all call it roasting today. We used to call it snapping back then. So she snapped on me. It was a little cute snap. I was like, oh man. So then I snapped on her and I got the better of her. But, you know, it was like, you know, it was like a baby snap. It was like nothing. I was like, yeah, you know, whatever, da, da, da. She punched me in my shoulder. Boom! And I felt it. And I looked at her. I said, all right now. Did it again. Boom! She said, all right, what? I said, ooh, okay. In my mind, I'm a quiet storm, salute, brother. I said, oh, okay. She played like that. Brother ain't go no further than that. And she called herself playing. Nah. No. Because, of course, if I'd have held her back, she'd have went flying. Right in the middle of 34th Street. Of course, if I'd have held her back, she'd have went flying. But we don't play like that. So I toned it down, I calmed it down, and, you know, I moved on. It wasn't messy or nothing, but I said, no. We were snapping on each other, and I got the better of her. She decked me twice in the arm. Boom! I said, all right now. Did it again. She's like, and what? Boom! I was like, ooh, okay, all right, yeah. Duly noted. Duly noted. That was the end of that. I ain't like that. Don't ignore the signs. Now, some of you niggas might be like, well, you know, I mean, come on, man. No. You got to pay attention to stuff like that. The deal is, see, shit like that doesn't register with this kid. Nobody ever sat this kid down. Amina, salute, queen. Nobody ever sat this kid down and gave him the talk. Not the birds and the bees. I'm talking about the real talk. Female's mentality. How to properly pick a woman. Copper, salute to you, brother. 46 years, man. That's a blessing. That brother could tell you a lot about relationships. But you see, these kids are so stupid, they don't even want to hear it. And then they end up like Tank. And they end up a baby daddy instead of a husband. So there's a problem. You see chicks walking around talking about, oh, I want my son or my daughter to be like this and do like this and go like this. You never hear them say, oh, I want a husband. You never hear them say that. I just told you about 10 minutes ago, some BBL looking young chick talking about she's going to teach her son to cash at pretty girls. Where's the father to stop that? No, son, you was a mistake because I got caught up in your mom's curves. I know better now. Keep it funky with him. A pull-out game is trash, but you're the result. But I'm here. And you're destined for greatness. And what you're not going to do is be as dumb as your daddy was. I'm raising you better. You don't cash app no chick. Fuck out of here. These are the simps walking around with painted fingernails. These are the Dwayne Wades of the world. $1 million fools. I mean, really look at the whole package here. Tank walking around with a hot pink fur coat and a lime green purse with shades on that don't fit his head. He's wearing Missy Elliott shades from 2001. I can't stand the rain looking ass. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So the whole package is wrong. I'm looking at him. He dressed like a clown. All right. He's not fighting his contemporaries. So the boxing thing, that's something else. But he's dressed like a clown. He's not a married man. He got these babies. And once again, he's in the news with a mugshot. Once again, over the same shit. Which means he hasn't learned anything. Nah, Delano, he's not emotionally involved with this woman. He doesn't know how to deal with this. Wendell, salute. Long time no here. He doesn't know how to deal with this. The way to deal with this is simple. Don't go near these fool-ass chicks. Why are you going near them? Every time you go near them, it's a goddamn adventure. Bring those same boys you be around, bring them all with you, and everyone should have their camera out. It's a deterrent. They can call you all kind of, oh, you a pussy, you got your boys with you, what you think, and you a faggot, and yeah, blah, blah, blah. Let me get my babies. Let me get my, okay, yeah. Let me get my babies. Take that and make several copies, put it in a file, leave it on multiple hard drives, leave it on some multiple scan disks, and the next time something pops off, Jose, what up? The next time something pops off, you take all of that to court and say, here's my documentation. Every time I went to go pick my babies up, listen to her mouth. Look at what she's saying. So now she's saying I did something to her and there's no video. I recorded every last one of my interactions without fail. And normally, what do people do when you pull your phone out? They pull their phone out. Well, I'm recording you. Well, I'm recording you. All right, cool. So now we have double the recordings. And you see me not doing anything to you. Yeah, Jose, I heard about that. This idiot made the news with this stuff. Yeah, Delano, there's a technique when you pulled up late. There's a technique when you're dealing with a wild animal that you impregnated. There's a technique in dealing with her. One of them is bringing witnesses. The social media era has made things very easy. People can't lie on you. For example, cops used to lie on black and brown people all the time. You get stopped for jaywalking. Next thing you know, you in a precinct all beat up because 17 cops jumped on you and they said you reached for 17 cops and you reached for all their guns. and you had a gun on you, and you had cocaine in your sock, and you was just going to the store to get some Rice Krispies, and somehow you in a precinct now. Now your kid's home. I know someone that's happened to. But if you on your TikTok live, on your Instagram live, on your Facebook live, and you see the cops pull up, you're like, hold on, go live. You take your phone out. If you're not live, go live just to record everything. Yo, I'm live right now. The cops just pulled. Here they come. How can I help you, officer? Yeah, man, where you coming from? Where you come? I just walked out my house. No, get your hands behind your back, man. You just robbed this lady around the corner. I know a friend that this legitimately happened to. They went and got the woman, pulled her up on the block. Yeah, that's him. It was impossible. He was in the house with his kids. And he was walking to the store to get some Fruit Loops. Came out the crib, walked down the block, turned the corner, here come the cops. The difference is he ain't had no social media. So they locked him up and he said, yo, my kid's in the living room. One's 10 and one was like 13 or something, I don't know. And it was a big old mess, and the woman lied. Couldn't have been him. And my dude's a military vet. Couldn't have been him. But I know all these niggas look alike. It definitely wasn't him. But he had to sort that out. Now, if you know you live in a world like that, I don't care how yellow you are. You's a nigga. You got tattoos on your face. You got those damn cornrows in your goddamn head. Completely looking the part. You're a millionaire. So these white folk that wear these guns and badges, they're working 8 to 12-hour shifts, and now they got to come regulate you. So they're already mad. Why are you making it easy for them? Why isn't anyone telling Tank, man, yo, bro, you shouldn't even have to look at her. Go to court. Go to court and say, look, every time I'm in close proximity of these people, something happens, and it's not me. I shouldn't have to record every interaction. Can you have a designated area where the kids can be dropped off and I can get them? The judge will say yes. They will say, yo, is there a McDonald's around you? Okay, that's the designated area, the McDonald's. Is there a Chuck E. Cheese? Yeah, you meet at the Chuck E. Cheese and make the exchange of kids. I'm telling you, judges do that, and it's so silly because you YNs don't know how to pick women. And these YBs, these young bitches, they don't know how to behave like women at all. It's ridiculous. This is what was posted on Lamont Roach's gram yesterday. He said, what I tell y'all, that's the seed from Juice. This nigga scared. You know, if y'all never saw Juice, y'all heard the soundbite. This nigga scared when Pop was talking to Q. They were going to rob the bodega. This nigga scared. Lamont's like, yo, he's scared of me. He'd rather be in jail than to fight me. He's going to do something to sabotage the fight. But then he doubles back and he says, in all seriousness, hopefully Buddy ain't do that. I don't wish jail on no N-word. I don't give a F if I don't like you or not. So what's that about? Two things. What's that about? Oh man, Tank's breaking bread because he's cool with Lamont Roach. That's his friend. That's his friend. Remember that? So you're gonna listen to that? You're gonna listen to that cokehead from Chicago? Chicago. You gonna listen to that nigga? That's what he said, and I only know because he put it in somebody's comment section. And I saw it, I think it may have been on Fight Hype, I don't know. And I said, look at this old crackhead. Every time I read something, and I know how the person sound, I hear it in their voice. It's funny. You'll never get a real fight out of them because they're friends. You'll never see the real Tank against him because that's his friends in Chicago. Now shut up. Are you going to listen to that? Are you going to listen to Boxing Ego when he said Tank ain't trying to be friends with anyone in or around his weight class? So I guess that's from 126 to 147, right? So is Lamont Roach his friend or not? I know, I'm reading what Lamont said. Whether I like you or not, I don't want to see you in jail. I feel that about a lot of people. I also feel that a lot of people need to be under the prison. If you honored your payday, if you honored the sport, and if Lamont Roach is really your friend, and if he has some kind of self-respect, has some sort of dignity about you, you wouldn't keep putting yourself in this ridiculous position. This is stupid. Are we getting a fight in August? And what's up with the promotion for this fight? What the hell's going on, bro? This is the same thing from the last fight, man. Wasn't we confused? Wasn't we not confused? And then the Tank Protection Agency got mad at us. We're like, hold on, man. We were told Toyota Center in Houston. What happened? That's all we said. And niggas got mad at us. We was like, no, don't get mad at us. There's people looking to pay money to go fly out to see this kid. And they bought a ticket for that weekend in Houston. Come to find out, there's no fight in Houston. Some people ain't got it like that. Some people got to arrange to take days off and, oh, my nigga Tank fighting. I know at my job, you got to get days off, you have to put in for it 30 days prior. Wilder Fury 3, the original date, I want to say was October, and the fight didn't happen until July, or was it July and it didn't happen until October? I might have the months like crisscrossed. But he had caught COVID allegedly and then left the country. In other words, he was cycling. But my point is, people made arrangements for the hotels, and all they had to do was buy the tickets. And this dude got sick. Some people just went ahead and made the trip to Vegas that weekend. Because I was like, man, fuck it. I got the days off from work. There's no fight, but I gotta go. I can't postpone the trip. I gotta go now. So they went to Vegas. You see what I'm talking about? Same thing happened with Houston. Some dudes at my job they're not even boxing fans. They just like what's hot right now. And they like the Tank, the mystique behind Tank. Yo, what do you know about Tank? Look, he's not fighting anybody I want him to fight. But y'all like this nigga. Y'all like his tattoos and his skins and, you know, his skins for real. They want to hit his skins. I said, look, all right, well, when's the next fight? I said he's fighting in Houston. Y'all look it up. I heard he's fighting in Houston. Toyota Center. One fool booked the whole trip around that weekend from Thursday to Tuesday. I'm coming to work. Yo, man, when the tickets going to sell? I don't know. Yo, when the tickets going to sell? I don't know, man. Go follow him on social media. Yo, social media ain't telling me anything. I don't know, brother. Boom, boom, boom. It's in the Barclays. I said, well, you can still go. It's going to be in the Barclays. Yo, man, I already done bought my airline. Yo, you can't get airline tickets refunded, by the way. You can't. they're going to hold your money. They say, all right, well, when you plan on flying, you know, you could forward this to that account. And that's it. And he went to the fight in Brooklyn. But he was like, man, had I known it was going to be in Brooklyn, I wouldn't have booked all that money, you know, in Houston. I said, well, that's your man's. That's what I kept telling him. That's your man's. That's your man's. Delano says it might be better for Roach. Instead of getting knocked out, he can get the winner of Shakur Zepeda. Yeah, I like what you said there, and that's your opinion. But he can get the winner of Shakur Zepeda? Yes. He wants the winner of Devin and Norman? Yes. But here's the thing. Lamont's getting work. Tank is not. So when you say it might be better for Roach, are you really concerned with Roach? It sounds like you're saying something to make yourself feel good, brother. It's not about Roach. I'm concerned about this YN right here. Aren't you? Aren't you? Salute to Eric Jordan, that Cash App. He says, Mr. Baltimore, a.k.a. Monkey King, is ducking real competition. Damn right he is. This is a duck, by the way. He'd rather be in jail than fight Lamont Roach. Back in that Cash App, he said Tank wanted to go to jail to get his booty clapped by Miguel. Well, you know, I wouldn't put it past him.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
At this point, I don't even think this YN's in the chicks. Yeah, I said it. I don't know what's going on with him, and he don't know what's going on. And never forget, he was finna give you Lamont Roach, and if he was successful, he was gonna give you Jake Paul. At this point, Jake Paul fighting Tank Davis is souring his brand. Jake Paul has a brand. How does he look facing a dude that can't stay out of prison and allegedly is a woman beater? And he's bigging up women. He put on a phenomenal all-female card last night. Phenomenal. What does fighting Tank Davis do for him other than line Tank Davis pockets with money? You can't be pro-woman in fighting a woman beater. Because here's what I'm saying. That's how the public, and you know how this female lynch mob is, that's how they're going to view it. There's women still right now running around saying, oh, Kobe, yeah, he raped that girl in Colorado. No, do y'all remember how that played out? That chick was a smut. She had, yeah, Kobe's man juice was also on her. But do y'all remember? There was other man juices on her and in her, which means she was getting busy throughout that day and the day prior. Who knows if she even took a shower between the last dude and meeting Kobe. And she was also bragging to other chicks about what she was going to do. Feel me? So Jackie just pulls up, speaking of YNs, and says, Drew, this is unfair. Where is your live with Devin situation with his ex? I don't know. Where was yours? Where was yours, Jackie? With your Keyshawn Davis avatar. Another crash out. You see, you can't question me when you idolize a crash out. You can't. Was Devin arrested for that? Every time Devin makes the news, does he have a mugshot, by the way? Jackie, I need you to read the title of the show. See, I got to educate these YNs. You got to You got to be patient with them. Jackie's a child, y'all. He's under 21. Got to be patient. Y'all ain't got to block him. Don't block him. What does the title of the show say? Go ahead and read it. You see, he just pulled up. He didn't hear when I was talking about how these men don't know how to pick women. How women look at men as a come up. He didn't hear that. What does the title of the show say? Delano, what are you talking about double standard? Look, who wants to defend Tank Davis? Let me know. Just say me. Who wants to come on the panel and defend this shit? Just say me. I will drop a link. Listen to the question. Who wants to come on here and defend Tank Davis? I will drop a link. Boy, I got questions. That's right, Jackie. What does intervention mean? You can Google it. And then what does enablers mean? You can Google it. And now maybe the title of this morning's show makes sense. The kid needs an intervention, not enablers. Every time this idiot does something, there are chicks, not even chicks, well, chicks with dicks, UYNs. Hey, man, he's young. You remember that's what they said with Ryan Garcia when he went on, Stormy, what up? When he went on his drunken, high, racist tirade? You remember that Howard Stern sounding nigga when he was talking to Champ saying, he's young. No, you're a 30-year-old man. You're a whole father. Forget that young shit. That's bogus. When do you become a responsible black adult? When does that happen? When does that happen? Jackie, when have I ever got on here and defended something that Devin did that didn't pertain to boxing? There was a gun situation. All I said was wait until everything comes out. Y'all jumped on it like, oh, no, he's trying to be like Tank. Wait a minute, did y'all hear what y'all just said? So now he's getting into trouble in the street and he's trying to be like Tank? What? Wait a minute. That's what y'all said? That's what you said? So y'all are enabling street shit. And that wasn't even the case. They threw the gun charges out, stupid. So recently something happened with his baby mama. I just said, well, you didn't hear it because you just pulled up. These young men need to do better in choosing these girls. You never heard me say that Devin's baby mama was lying. I don't even know who the chick is. I'm not involved in that. What I did say is these brothers need to do better when they pick these women. That's what I said. And that goes for everybody. That's all I said. And every time I turn around, when Tank's in the news, there's either a gun or some bitch involved. Where's the lie? Jackie, everything is alleged. But we do know he left the scene in handcuffs, and this is his fucking mugshot. Again, another mugshot. Another mugshot. And Jackie, you need to understand, there are non-blacks that run to all black channels just to see if we hold us accountable. I'm not defending this kid anymore because I cannot. Why is he putting himself in this situation? If you know your baby mama's a head case, you got more than enough money and more than enough friends to document your interaction with her. Because it's a possibility that he could get lied on, but it's also a possibility that they're going to believe her over what he said because he has now a history of being an ape. They could even be in the court and be like, yo, don't you call yourself a big ape? An ape is an animal. Why you act like animals around them? You see how a lawyer could, you see how I did that? A lawyer can actually tear his ass up in a courtroom. Yeah, you know, Judge, Your Honor, by the way, he calls himself the big ape. Look at this picture, him smiling with the monkey. Yeah. He go, yeah, that's how he is. He's acting like an ape. And those lying-ass bitches could be in the courtroom. Yeah, when he was slapping me, he was going, ooh, ooh, ooh. He calls himself the silverback. And they could be lying. All you need is one judge to buy it. And just when you think he's going to get community service or, yo, man, stay up in the house with Coach Cal. Y'all remember that? He was under house arrest and he needed supervision. Grown-ass man with children. He needed supervision. Jackie, are you listening? Are you listening? I don't know if your daddy or your mama told you this. Take this as a lesson. I'm not clowning Tank. The clown Tank is easy. I don't like this fucking mugshot. The circumstances is ridiculous. Because when every time a YN does something, they come to us and say, what you got to say about that? We've been here with Floyd Mayweather, with Adrian Broner. Now it's this nigga. It happens every time. Rico, what up? Happens every time. Yeah, Delano, you know what though? Lamont could talk his shit because he whooped his ass in the first fight. And he was saying he hasn't signed his contract, which he hasn't. And he was saying he's going to do something to get out this ass whooping. And here we are. What Tank has to do is make Lamont Roach a liar. By staying out of trouble, training, and fighting this man, and getting it right. And until he does that, Lamont Roach can say whatever the fuck you want to say. Guess what? I interviewed Antonio Tarver yesterday. You know what he said? He said, I was the most complete fighter Roy Jones ever fought. Because I was asking him about what he thought about the Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones shit. And one of the things he said was, outside of his personal opinion, y'all go subscribe to my brother Town Biz. It'll be uploaded there. He said, I was the most complete fighter Roy ever fought. And you know what? As much as you don't like it, what happened when they fought 3 times? He beat him. Well, fought to a draw the first fight. But he beat him convincingly 2 other times. It's just what it is. That's it. Roy fans could not like it. Roy could not like it. It's just the reality of it, though. So Roach could say whatever he wants to say until Tank punches him in the face. That's it. And there is a such thing as people not wanting to fight. When Mike Tyson felt he was going to get his ass beat against Evander Holyfield in the second fight, what did he do? He started biting niggas. He found out early, man, this shit about to happen again. I got to get out of this. Bit his ear off. Legitimately bit a chunk of his ear off and spit it on the fucking ground. He didn't want to fight. What are we talking about? Jackie, I understand innocent until proven guilty. But when you're being judged amongst your peers, when you're sitting in the courtroom and they're calling you defendant, they bring up everything you've ever done. They want to know what kind of person you are. The jury's sitting there. They want to know what kind of person you are. And if you have a criminal record, they're going to say, well, what did he do? Let's see. Crashed into a pregnant bitch and left the scene. Oh, that's not normal. Oh, look at here. He was under house arrest, dealing with a woman. Oh, that's not normal. Oh, wait a minute. There's video of him snatching up a woman and leaving a basketball game. Oh, now look. And what I'm saying, Jackie, is in this instance right now, he could be getting lied on. But based off of the prior evidence, well, not the prior, based off the priors, they're going to consider that. There's no video? Wow. So I don't know, man. based off of his prior record, based off of his track record, I have reasonable cause to believe that these women might be telling the truth. So unfortunately, boy who cried wolf. The boy who cried wolf. He could be telling the truth. But he was arrested. And look at his history. So if you can't figure out what happened that's being spoken about right now, you have to go back. You have to go back and look at what he's done in the past. The boy who cried wolf. Y'all all know the story. There's a wolf here. There's a wolf here. Oh, yeah, where's the wolf? They show up with the guns. I was just fucking around. Oh, there's a wolf. No, I'm serious this time. Oh, I was just fucking around. And then when the wolf really came to eat the chickens, he was crying for the wolf. Oh, the wolf. They're like, man, you ain't going to get us again. Ate all the damn chickens. This time, Tank could be like telling the truth. I legitimately didn't do what I'm being accused of. Well, there's no video. In this age of social media, all y'all kids are all online recording dumb shit. Y'all even recording blowing your goddamn hands off. I saw several videos of grown-ass men blowing their hands off. In 2025, y'all niggas wait until y'all in y'all 20s to blow your digits off on social media. What is wrong with y'all? This is who I'm having debates with? Grown men that blow their hands off? Y'all don't know what an M80 can do? What is wrong with y'all? You don't need a father in your life to tell you that an M80 will blow your digits off. You don't need a father in your life to tell you that. You should know that. But there's a bunch of videos of grown men blowing their shit off in 2025. And you're documenting it. So with all this shit, the judge could say, you didn't turn your camera on at one time? You know what? We've tried. We've given you house arrest. We've locked you up for a couple of months. And you know what? You're not learning. So you know what? We're going to lock you up for 24 months. You're young. You're a YN. And then he'll be like, wait a minute, what? I'm really getting 2 years? Yeah. Because you keep coming in here. You can't get it right. You're going to get it right now. 24 months. Go sit down. Then y'all going to be crying. But dial it back for a minute. Could Tank have avoided this? The answer is yes. This is his fault. And Delano, I don't care what Lamont Roach says. Lamont, look. He says, Drew, this is a serious thing. You talking about a man's freedom here. Roach talking, he's afraid. That's why this happened. This is some Miguel shit. No, you know what Miguel shit is? Delano? Well, let me leave that up there. You want to know what Miguel shit is? Well, I can show you better than I can tell you.
Give power to my nigger sword!
Delano, I am unmoved by what Lamont Roach has to say about him. You already said, I don't want nobody to go to jail, whether I hate you or not, whether I like you or not. He already said, I hope he's not guilty of it. He already said that. You know why? He don't want Tank in jail because A, he feels he can beat him because he feels he did it already. And B, that's a payday. You want payday. I know that. That's money right there. So why would he want Tank in jail? Tank wasn't thinking about his career when he went over there and started dealing with those girls. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I believe something happened. I don't believe all women, but something happened. Something happened, but I don't believe all women. And I do know that Tank is a bitch. He behaves like a little girl. Pulling up while Devin Haney is sitting in a restaurant having a meal. Well, hold on. He turned his cameras on then, didn't he? Didn't he? I'm on your side. Didn't I put that? Oh, wait, hold on. Where's my meme at? Where's that? Hold on now. Hold on. Let's get into it. I'm on your side. Remember that? Everybody had that on video. I'm on your side. Remember that? Outside taking selfies next to Devin's car. Had a whole crowd there. That same crowd, where were y'all niggas when he went to go make the pickup with his baby mama? I'm on your side. Where they at? Where were your boys at? Where was Cal? Where was Kenny? Where was you? Why don't you turn your phone on? You should know this already. But you was taking selfies next to Devin Haney's car. You can't take no selfie. Yo, look, I'm trying to pick up my girl, my babies, and you see how they acting? I didn't do anything. And look. I'm on your side. Remember that? Y'all got to come correct. Y'all got to do better by this kid. Because this kid ain't doing good by himself. There's a video, it's a few years old now, where this dude was dropping off his sons. And his stinking ass, knuckle-dragging, lifeless unit that he impregnated, a.k.a. his baby mama, was standing there with her mama, the other lifeless unit that birthed the baby mama. He got his kids a haircut, like at a barbershop. She says, who told you to get them a haircut? He says, I went and got him a haircut. What's the problem? The bitch says, I didn't authorize a blade getting put next to my kid's head. You see how dangerous she made it sound? A blade? And her mother was sitting there. I mean, the baby mama was Chuck D. The mama was Flavor Flav. Yeah, boy, blade to the head. I didn't authorize a blade to my kid's head. Yeah, boy, blade to the head. I'm going to call the police. So then the boy, you know, he's a little boy. He's like maybe 5 years old. He has a little toy car, and he's taking the car and rolling it on the hood of the father's car. And he says, Junior, you know, don't do that. Then she says, you could do what you want, Junior. Because the car could scratch the paint on the car. The toy car. He was like, you know, look, I'm not doing it. He's trying to leave the situation, but he was recording it. And the two bitches were escalating it. Well, he's like, all right, you know, so he's trying to get to the car. The mother says, oh, well, don't come near me. Help, help. No, she starts calling for help. And he was like, what are you doing? What are y'all doing? Well, they said to be next to a precinct. She's like, I'm going to call the police. He said, well, the police right there. Let's walk up in there. He gave his son a hug, and they walked up in the precinct. And the video stopped, but I read the remainder of the story. He played the video to the desk officer. And they were like, man, get the fuck out. You two broads, get out of here doing this shit. It was a basic drop-off, and it was in a parking lot next to a precinct. Smartest thing you can ever do. And let me tell y'all fellas something. If y'all are ever in a position where you made a bad decision and you're in court and you say there has to be a drop-off and a pickup, fuck the Chuck E. Cheese, fuck the McDonald's lot, you go to a precinct or a sheriff's office, wherever you live in this country. Yo, no, I want to meet you where the law is, where there's cameras. I want somebody with a gun and a shield around, because you're crazy. Yeah, Big F, I hope he does got full custody, because that woman was crazy. I don't care what he did. It's called child support, not punishment for a failed relationship. Clearly that was going on. I don't care if he cheated on her 50 times and gave her an STD. They ain't got nothing to do with that kid. Y'all relationship failed. For whatever reason. I'm not saying who's right. I'm not saying who's wrong. I don't care. Now there's a baby involved. You have to raise that baby. And she was obviously salty about a multitude of things. Tank should be like, yo, meet me at the sheriff's office. Meet me at the precinct or whatever. I'll meet you there. Fuck you doing with your reputation putting yourself in this situation? Who are his OGs and why they not telling him to do better, man? Delano, you really don't know what's going on, do you? You really don't know what's going on. You use the word emotionally. Yet Tank is not in control of his emotions. A lot of these YNs are not. Yo, back in school, we used to snap on each other. We used to, mama jokes was the go-to. Today, you are one mama joke away from getting shot. Well, you talk about my mama. The next day they come to school and shoot 40 people. Motherfuckers showing up with black trench coats and they start killing off their classmates. Oh, they were bullied in school. What do you mean bullied? To me, you know what bullied is? When I was coming up in the 80s, you know what bullied is? Bully is coming to school and getting beat up every day. That was getting bullied. Yo, when I was coming up, you had to fight, man. Bully today is, people talking about you. All right, cool, all right. So you mean to tell me these kids weren't physically getting bullied? They were so emotionally wrecked that they went and got a gun and shot up the whole classroom? Because dude said your mama got big feet or something? I mean, what? The bitch got big feet. She got a club foot. I mean, what? It's funny. Matt Borgeston in that super chat, he said Shakur was talking about Zepeda's mom. Is he gonna get that piece in the ring? Curse real? I don't know. He was talking about his mom. I don't know. I already said, man, I have a bad feeling about this fight. I was talking to somebody, me and Tay Jones, we was talking to somebody from Zepeda's team yesterday. Shakur's supposed to go in there and style on him. But there's a disturbance in the force. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Off of principle, I need Shakur to win this fight. And I already explained why. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. Shakur get in there. If something strange happened, I'm going to be sitting here like, whoa. Whew. Well, you already know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to say what happened. I don't know. He's talking about his mama? Oh, shit. I ain't know it got that funky. Okay. He had to back it up in the ring. Tank is beyond he's beyond mentorship right now. Y'all forgot he's a Muslim, right? Forgot? Yeah, he did too. He did too. He forgot. Abdul Rahid. He forgot. Y'all remember when I said, hey, man, he's converted to Islam. I hope everything is pure. I hope everything is for real. And I hope he's okay. I hope this is him looking to make change. I hope so. Well, here we are with another goddamn mugshot. You can convert to Islam. You can accept Christ as your Lord and Savior. You can turn to Judaism, Buddhism. You can do whatever you want. If you can't look yourself in the mirror and say, yo, I got to fix this. I got to change this. The tattoos won't cover it up. The cornrows won't cover it up. You got to make change, man. You sleep with all these bad bitches, that's not going to fix anything. And that's another thing, man. You're sleeping with all these women. Bottom line is, you a pillow biter. I always said that, man. Floyd Mayweather running around with all these strippers and stuff like that. And, you know, man, nah, bro. You ain't making not one woman honest. Everything you've done is dysfunctional. Yeah, you've procreated. That means your penis works. But are you a father? Yeah, Audacity Podcast. I'm sitting here thinking that. I didn't see it. But, you know, I don't know. You know, it could be that. That's why, you know, I'm not gonna comment on it. But these dudes, you know, there's something to say about a man that has to sleep with fellas. The older you get, you need to understand. I know when you're younger, you start going through puberty, you get a little horny. You know, sex feels good. You got to get your dick wet. But when you become a little more aware and more responsible, well, hopefully you're responsible from day one. You begin to realize you don't have to sleep with every woman. You can say no. We ain't ever where chicks try and shame you when you say no. Be like, nah, I'm good. Yo, you gay. Yeah, here we go. No, I just don't want to fuck with you. You don't have to sleep with every chick, man. You don't. Tarantino, exactly, they are. But once you know what I'm saying, once you start to control that, you realize, hey, man, dangerous out here. And it's a distraction. It really is. It really is a distraction. You got to get it right. You got to get it right. It's a distraction. But when these dudes are trying to run around and sleep with every woman, to me, they're running from something. It's like, yo, bro, slow down, man. Slow down. And then you find out, hey, they getting in their 40s, 50s, or whatever. You see him with a dude. It's like, yo, that's what all that shit was. This dude used to run around and sleep with every chick. And he was a handsome brother, and the chicks loved him. And yeah, every chick. And then you see him when he's comfortable in his own skin, and now he's with a dude named Bob. It's like, what? You were gay this whole time? Yep, you see? Matt Borgeson, back in that super chat, he said, the curse of fame is women. Stay away from women if you're famous, boys. Well, a certain type of women that's did y'all see the what's that fella's name? And thank you for the super chat, brother. Did y'all see that what's that NFL player? He was coming out of somewhere. He was walking to his car, and that BBL demon tried to hug him. He had just signed a deal for an uncanny amount of money, and she tried to hug him. And he acknowledged her, but he walked past her. I mean, he dubbed her stupid. It went viral. It was a few weeks ago. Y'all remember that? What was that young man's name? I don't even know who he is, but you know what's crazy? Chicks don't watch football, but they know who the athletes are. You hear what I just said? Thank you, JB. And that was Lamar Chase. Yes. He signed some stupid contract. Now, I don't know who homie is. I don't watch the NFL anymore. Jamal. I don't know who homie is. I don't watch the NFL anymore. But she knew. You think she watched football? Ask that bitch what a goal line defense is. She don't know. But these chicks watch the NFL draft just to see faces and follow them on the gram and see where they're going to be at. Yes. Shower, salute my queen. Yeah. He dubbed her stupid. See, now somebody educated that young man. And sometimes these young men can educate themselves. There's more than enough situations historically. More than enough. It's called evidence. Sean Kemp, just look it up. Feel me? Look it up. So he did right. He ain't stopping for that. He ain't know her. She went up to him and tried to hug him like she knew who he like. They don't know each other. They don't know each other. They out there. Now, how is it that that young man knows to do that? How is that? How come they know that? How come he knows to do that and Tank is going to jail or getting arrested again from dealing with an airhead? How does Tank not know this? Ridiculous, man. Matt Borgenson back in that super chat. Salute, brother. He says, fighters are victims of false allocations all of the time because who would question a fighter possibly getting a little mad and hitting someone? Yo, listen. That's a testament that speaks to everything, even men. Oh, he was at a club. He hit me. Why? Well, he hit you. Yeah, he's a boxer. Of course he hit me. Huh? Watch this. Off-duty cop. If somebody in your area of leisure knows you're a cop and they say they got into an altercation with you and they call the cops on you, what do you think is the first thing they say you did? What are they going to accuse you of doing? Happened to a buddy of mine. There was at a park or something, at a barbecue, and there was some dude there that, you know, whatever, knew who he was and knew what he did for a living, but he knew him personally. And they got into a little spat, and he, you know, next thing you know, the police pull up. And they said, we're looking for Officer so-and-so, and he went over there. He said, yeah, dude called and said, you pulled the gun on him. Y'all got into an argument. Yeah, we did. He said, yeah, well, you said you pulled a gun on him. Dude, they showed up with a sergeant and IAB that's maybe above y'all head, but investigation showed up. He was in the park. They said, yeah, because, you know, they said you pulled the gun on him, so we're going to have to take your gun and take it. He said, well, here's the thing. I don't have my gun. Here's my shield and ID. So where's your gun? Home. I'm in the park. There's no rule that says you have to bring your firearm with you everywhere. He had his shield and his ID. He said, I don't even have my gun on me. I said, what the fuck is he talking about? He said, you don't have it? He said, no. Where is it? Home. I'm in the park with my family. He said, y'all know this motherfucker. We never liked each other. He's from the old neighborhood. He's kind of drunk, as you can see. We got into a little spat. They separated him from me. Next thing you know, you guys show up. I don't even have my gun with me. And they sorted it all out. That really happened. And they locked homie up for lying. That's why they tell you as a cop, man, listen, don't be broadcasting what the fuck you do for a living, because people will do that shit. You could be sitting in the bar just chilling, and IB will show up and be like, yo, step outside. We got to take your gun. Someone said you was waving it around. Until we sort it out, we got to take it from you. What? I was just sitting here not doing shit. But somebody saw it. If you have a legal carry, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what state you in. If you have a legal carry, concealed carry, not open carry, you know, it's whatever. Some of you, Texas is crazy. If you got concealed carry, nobody needs to know you have it. Because what they're going to say. It's called concealed for a reason. Yeah, I heard about that Calvin Murphy shit, man. These women are poison. And with all of this, oh yeah, I got open carry in Michigan. That's crazy. All of this is knowledge. It's open knowledge. Why is any athlete in trouble with these girls today? Y'all should be so up on game that, I mean, y'all should be armed. These chicks, man, they should have no wins on y'all. Oh, daddy, what's your name? No. Huh? My name is No. My name is not nice to meet you. I was so proud of that brother when he dubbed that chick. I said, that's how you do it, buddy. Because right there, what you're looking at is 18 years of bullshit. Stop it. Matt Borgeson back in that super chat. He says, like, goddamn, can Tank just fight Shakur or something before getting arrested next time? Give me your value before you throw it away, bro. Bro, listen, and see what you just said right there? That it wasn't only Shakur. For the last 5 years, all we've asked Tank to do was his job, and his fan base, you know, they just call us haters. All we asked him to do is his job. I mean, is that fair enough? That's how all of this started. Yo, man, Tank beats everybody. He's the gorilla. He's the big ape. Okay, go get Devin Haney. Devin don't sell. And what weight? At what weight? He's too big, and he's too. You know, at what weight we fighting him? Goes 140, knocks out Mario Barrios. Devin goes to 140, vacates all his belts at 135 because he was undisputed at 135. Tank was there the whole time. Shakur had an opportunity before Devin left. He was offered a fight. He said, I know my worth. Whatever. Okay, you're worth less. Because my question is, did you make as much money fighting Edwin De Los Santos that you would have fought Devin Haney for? Was the paycheck the same or more? Or was the prize the same? First time on pay-per-view, a shot at 4 belts at a drained Devin Haney, and the most money you've ever made in your career? I mean, goddamn, what's going on? You fight Edwin De Los Santos, and people clowned you for stinking up the joint, and they show people on ESPN leaving your fight where you could have fought Devin Haney. And even if it was a stinker, you may have won, right? And you'd have been undisputed. So this is what we're dealing with. I'm giving you the short, simple. Listen, I'm not going to get into the word salad. There's places you can go for that. I'm not going to get into that. Oh, well, in this date, he did this, and then he said this. And no, shut the fuck up. The fights were there. They could have been made. Devin tried to do everything at 135. Tank did not. That's it. Oh, I don't have the shit. I don't have the link. Tay, could you drop the link for the LDBC meetup in Vegas? I don't have it readily available right now. It's bad business on my part. Tank is the A side in all directions. Even when Devin Haney was undisputed, he was still the A side. You mean to tell me he couldn't have stepped in and say, "Yo, man, I want that. Let's get it." He didn't do it. Vasily Lomachenko for 5 years, he didn't do it. Shakur had a belt. He has a belt. I think he got the WB what? The WBO? I forgot which one he has. Because I don't care. Because remember, belts don't mean shit, right? That's what they said. The WBA. Yes, Shower, please. Thank you. WBA title that Tank has right now, that's Devin's old belt. Via email, because he didn't fight to win it. That's Devin's belt that Devin let go. He gave it to him. There you go. Let me pin that. Thank you, Queen. Use Shower's name, $5 off. Let me pin that. Thank you, Queen. Matt Borgeson holding it down back in that super chat. He says, at least if Shakur loses to Zubeda, he fought opposition that challenges him more than Tank did. I had Shakur dancing around Tank too. Hey, man, guess what? Tank had Shakur dancing around him. Because Coach Cal told my brother Marco, I played it here 1 million times. He said, hey, why would we want that fight? He's not going to stand there and let us do what we do. You remember that? Y'all remember that? That's what he said. Bird, I see you, salute. That's what he said. And I'm like, why the hell would he say that out loud? That's like something that someone says and you looking around like, shit, I hope no one caught that. Why would he say that? But my thing is this, I could be wrong. But guess what? All I wanted to do was see the fight, and somehow we became villains for asking Tank to knock everybody out at 35 out of his contemporaries. We became the villains. What? Wait a minute.
What?
And now, what he is doing, allegedly, is knocking out these bitches and getting arrested for it. Wrong person. Goddamn foolish mortal. Where's my button, man?
You fool-ass earth man.
Butcher says, what has Shakur done at 135 to get a Tank fight? Have a belt. There, I answered the question. He has a belt. That's a unification fight right there. There it is. I just said, Devin was undisputed at 135, but if they ever went to the table business-wise, Tank would still be the A side. Go figure that. Yeah, exactly, Butcher. Anybody could get a belt, right? Anybody could get a belt. How come nobody got those belts off of Devin's waist? At 135, nobody did it. But Teofimo beat Lomachenko for that belt and became unified. He did it. It's in the books. He did it. He did it. Right. Butcher, that's true. Absolutely. Those guys are email champions. Those are Devin's old belts. They didn't fight for him. They didn't fight him. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree. 100%. 100%. I agree with you, Butcher. I agree 100%. But the way these guys conducted themselves, that behavior became normalized. Email champion became a bad thing when it was addressed to Devin Haney. It was a way to cut him down. It was like, wait a minute, he's the email champion, but who sent the email? Loma did. Loma could have fought Devin or become a franchise champion and move around Devin. And he gave up the real belt with the help of Mauricio Simian in the WBC. And we went crazy. We were like, yo, why would you do this? But people supported that because they loved Loma and hated Devin. Devin becomes undisputed, moves on. Even when he moved on, people were saying, oh, no, you said you was going to hold the belts until the end of the year. He left 2 weeks left of 2020, 2023? There was 2 weeks left. How long was he supposed to hold on to it? New Year's Eve? When the ball dropped, then he relinquished the belt. But yeah, all right, y'all say he ran in 140. Man, shut up. These dudes don't know what the hell they talking about. They don't. So he left 4 belts at 35. Shakur has 1. And the WBA gave Tank. Tank said, I don't want that shit. But he has it. He has it. Man, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Anything to cut Devin down, that's what these dudes in the industry try and do. But I'm looking at the fallout. Meanwhile, Shakur doesn't have that main gun on his resume. He doesn't have it. And neither does Tank. Matt Borgeson back in that super chat. He said, at least we got Abdullah Mason. That dude brings the smoke. Noakes Mason is going to be that fight. Yeah, that's going to be a gunfight. And salute to the Masons. The whole Mason clan was in attendance yesterday. It was bugged out. I couldn't the way when the shit was over. It's like everyone scattered. They left. Everyone broke out. It was like, what the fuck? Where is everybody? It was wild. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. Adam says, Berlanga coming out to I Will Survive tonight. Oh, boy. Butcher says, so now Canelo should fight anyone because he have a belt. Well, Canelo's in his own atmosphere. I want Canelo, the guy that I saw last night, who looked, man, David Benavidez looked like he was about 240 pounds last night. And I'm gonna mind my business. I just want Canelo to fight his contemporaries at this point. You know? It's like a lot of these fighters, they use the belts. They use the belts to solidify their cases in history. But then when it comes to them defending those belts against their contemporaries, if they're number one contender or their mandatories are their contemporaries, they'll make an excuse not to fight them. And that's what you get with Canelo Alvarez. That dude is a liar. And no one's held him accountable. We did here. But, you know, if these cats don't, Jay Good, my brother, salute. If these cats don't want to, look, these cats do what their fan base allows them to do. Fair enough? Kamara, what up? Fair enough? These guys do what what the fan base allows them to do. And it's disgusting. Because I just want to see the fights, man. And you become the villain. Now get this. Both men was at 168. How long has Benavidez been Canelo's mandatory? Long time. And then when he's finally cornered and Canelo's response is all he brings to the ring is an extra 20 pounds on fight night, when that's exactly the amount of weight That Berlanga, that Berlanga brought on fight night. Use a duck, brother. Use a duck. Use a duck. You're a duck. But no one called him out on it. I mean, we did. Did y'all know when Benavidez went up to 175 and fought Bostic, on fight night, he was 3 pounds lighter than Berlanga was versus Canelo. And Benavidez was fighting at a higher weight class, man. So what are we talking about? You understand? It's like people have agendas. You can have a favorite fighter for whatever reasons. But at the end of the day, the fighters that I support, I would like for them to prove that they are the best in their division. That's it. What I see now are a bunch of fan girls who are in the business of supporting their fighter not doing anything. Guys make more excuses for your fighter not doing anything. I've never seen this. I've never seen this. If you're a real supporter of Tank Davis, you should be grandstanding saying he knocks out everybody at 135 and he should do it. Now, why hasn't he done it? Then all of a sudden, everyone knows about business. All of a sudden, Lamont Roach the problem. Devin Haney the problem. Shakur's the problem. No, motherfucker, you the A side. You could have smashed the gas on T.O., on Devin, and you didn't do it, man. What you did do is punch old girl in the face, allegedly. Matt Borgeson back in that super chat. He said, as far as I'm concerned, if Mason makes it looks easy against Noakes, he's a sugar. Noakes looked ready last night. I got a good look at him. Big Joe Townsend in the building. I got a good look at him. He looks ready now. I like Abdullah Mason. I like that whole family. I love the fact that his father's there. I love it. Love it. And what my brother Butcher say? He said dude's being rushed, but they'll cherry pick his fights just like Top Rank does. I don't think he's being rushed. I think he's being placed appropriately as far as his talent is concerned. I think they hold him I think they hold him to a high standard, which I find interesting coming from Top Rank, being that is Top Rank with the no black fighter rule. You understand? I think they're putting him in the ring appropriately as it pertains to his talent. Top Rank has some brilliant matchmakers. You feel me? So is it being rushed? I don't think so. I'm not gonna say that now. You know, Jay Good, are you stupid? You said fathers, ninjas they're gonna turn into CPS all of a sudden. Yeah. Yeah, you can't speak up black fathers some places, man. That's crazy. You know, but this Noakes fight is not no walk in the park. You know, I sized them up. I'm bigger than a lot of those guys. Well, real quick, they list Benavidez at 6 feet, 6'1". They have him at 6'1". David Benavidez? I don't know. Maybe it was. I had on what I wore. I had on a pair of Pumas yesterday. He walked right past me. I'm 6'2", and I saw the top of his head. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe the floor was uneven. I don't know. But he did look big. He looked like he was way over 200 pounds, man. You know, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, Bert, he's probably like 5'11". They have him at 6'2", and no, definitely not. Definitely not. Like, I saw him on the other side of the stage, and I'm like, okay, why did I think he'd be a lot bigger than when he walked past me? I was like, huh? I was like 6'1", 6 feet. I was like, nah, it can't be right. You know, maybe the floor was uneven. I don't know. There's a lot of wires on the floor. And when you go to these events, please look down and watch your step. People got shit lined up. You will trip over a wire. Like 8 people went breakdancing yesterday. It was every time you turned around, you heard it. Boom! Somebody's falling, tripping over those wires, man. You got to watch your step. I did one of those. You know how you almost fall and you break out into a dance? I did one of those. I was like, hey, oh, yeah, see that? Can't catch me snoozing. I'm good. Matt Borgeson back in that super chat. He says, if Mason went Olympics, he could be the first American in a while to have taken the back the gold. Yeah. You know what? You know what the thing is with the Olympic boxing program? I did a show on this a couple of years ago. You remember? The corruption was so bad in the Olympic boxing program, they were considering getting away with it. And the mind fuck was Mauricio Simian was going to come in and save it. And y'all remember that live? And I was like, nah. Of all people, him? Of all people? Not him. Let me wrench up, Matt. You're doing a lot, brother. I appreciate you. And no, you can't come on here and buy a wrench, y'all. Y'all, you know, but he's contributing and he's contributing to the conversation. You know, we don't always have to agree, but you know, yeah. But I think it's the sexy thing to say that he could have gotten gold. But I don't trust the Olympic program. It was corrupt, yes. But on top of that, Mauricio Simian is supposed to go in there and fix it? Nah, not that guy. Not him. Yeah, Jose, you remember what they did in the 88 Olympics in Seoul, Korea with Roy Jones? That's what set him off. Butcher says if Shakur has Turkey, why he don't send offers to why he didn't send offers like Haney does to top fighters instead of prospects and electricians. Well, it's complicated, but it's not. You see, at this point, Shakur's not a shot caller like DHP is. DHP has their own promotion. DHP, Devin is in high demand. Shakur has a whole lot of talent, but he's not his own boss. He's an employee. Feel me? He's an employee. You know, and like I said, he's another one. You know, he could have fought Devin. He could have fought Devin before Devin went to 140. He could have did that. And he said, I know my worth. Okay, well, I said, well, he's about to be his own boss and make some bread. Not. He signed up with Turkey. Right? He signed up with Turkey and he's getting M's, but that belt situation, he didn't do it. After you went to the brothers after party and was like, signed a contract. What contract? So you stepped into the game lying about shit. And then when there was really a contract presented to you, you said no. So I thought he had a plan to become his own boss and make millions and have, you know, be his own brand. He didn't do shit. He's working with Turkey, but he's still an employee while Devin's a boss. And this is what we've been saying. Devin's been a boss. Now I'm looking at this Tank Davis shit. We can't. The last time we thought everything was going to be in Houston, that didn't happen. It ends up being in New York, And then I'm looking at the press conference. It was a disaster. It didn't look right. And now here we are again. It's like, whoa, the PBC, can they afford to pay Tank? And a Tank, supporter will think that this is hate. No, I'm just asking questions because y'all don't have the answers. Y'all have speculation like I have speculation. What we do know is that we don't have an actual date and location. Now, Delano sent me to this place, and it had it up there. So it's supposed to be at the Barclays on the 16th. Then why is Lamont Roach saying he ain't signed a contract? And guess what? I don't trust websites either. Drew, why don't you trust websites? Well, y'all remember this? 2018, June 11th, 2018, it's finally happening. Wilder accepted terms to fight AJ. This was ESPN, y'all. On Twitter, someone screenshot this and sent it to me. I said, I am never deleting this. I am never deleting this. Y'all remember when BoxRec said, AJ is fighting, Tyson Fury is not fighting Deontay Wilder for a third time. He's fighting AJ in Wembley. And it was on BoxRec. I'm like, man, these niggas are still in litigation. What are they talking about? Did that happen? No. These niggas be lying. They be lying. So I have no idea. What's going to happen. For all I know, these chicks could be proven as liars and they let Tank go, charges get dropped, and we see what happens on the 16th. For all I know. But Lamont's saying this dude is going to do something to get out this fight. And this seems like the case. Seems like the case. This is like crazy. Exactly, Brother Reef. Zero journalistic integrity. These guys have such unconditional love for a fighter for whatever reason. For whatever reason. And then get shocked when we take a certain stance. You get mad at us. You told us the fight was in Vegas. I'm sorry, you told us the fight was in Houston. Got blue blood calling a goddamn Toyota Center, and whoever answered that phone was like, yo, I know what's going on online, but according to what I'm seeing, there's nothing booked for that date. Now, everyone got mad at Blue. Oh, he don't know who he's talking about. Or he was talking to somebody on the phone. The people in the offices don't talk to people on the phone. They don't. Blah, 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 blah. Somebody was going to be right. Somebody was going to be wrong. And all I know is with all of that, the big suits upstairs in the offices, they don't tell people on the phone. Look, they have people on the phone to what? Give information, right? Keep it simple. Keep it simple. I don't believe in nigger babble. Nobody walks in and says, okay, I need a job. Okay, well, I want to answer phones. I want to give out information on the phone. Why would you put people on the phone to give false information? What you should do is give a disclaimer. We're working on something. If anybody calls about this fight or this event, here's what you say. You say this, this, and that. You don't tell them yes. You don't tell them no. You can't tell me. You can't tell the people who answer the phones because you have to have a call center. People call up for information. Whether they want to book an event or they want information about an event. Is there a boxing match scheduled for such and such a date between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach? I've seen it online, sir. But according to what I'm looking at here, there's nothing on the schedule. What's the matter with that? You can't just wing it and say what you feel. You got, because that's in violation of community standards. Hold on, sir. Let me check our scheduling. According to what I'm looking at, I don't see anything for that date. Then Blue asked, well, do you see anything for that week? He said nothing. because it's not just a fight week and it just happens on that Saturday. There's usually a weigh-in, which is usually at those at the goddamn. It's usually at the where the fight's being held. Usually, weigh-in is at the Barclays. The event's the next day on a Saturday. It's rare the weigh-ins is somewhere else. The ceremonial weigh-in, let me be clear. The ceremonial weigh-in is usually at the same place. Usually. Ridiculous. The niggas get mad at me. They're not mad at me because Tank Davis lied, hit the PBC lie, and it turns out whoever answered the phone that Blue spoke to told the truth because they only told Blue what they knew on the phone. Niggas want to get mad at me. Oh, well, that person answering the phone, they don't make no decisions. They're not in the meetings. Okay, well, the people in the meetings, they got to tell the people who answer the phone, okay, look, if someone calls and asks about this fight or this event, here's what you tell them. Nothing booked so far. We don't know yet. We heard this and that, but we don't know. They can't just answer the phone and say what they feel. Say what the first thing that comes to mind. Bullshit. I couldn't believe that whole fiasco. I mean, damn, you guys hate Devin so much, and Devin had nothing to do with that. Everybody put on their business hats. I said, look, okay, look, I don't care where the fight's being held. I'm like, what's going on with the PBC that they can't book the fucking Toyota Center? Wait a minute. And then when they brought it to Brooklyn, the goddamn press conference was held at a college, and it was so bootleg. I'm like, hold on, what's going on? What is this? And here we go again. We got an alleged date, then we was told Vegas. Okay. And now this dude's in legal trouble again. They were in camp. There was no like 24/7 style training documentary for either one of these fighters. And then he says, hey man, this kid ain't even signed a damn contract. Why you ain't signed a contract? What's up with that? That's why he's saying this boy don't want to fight. All of this shit he's doing, he ain't signed a contract, and now, who knows? He might have been in a fit of rage and had all this shit on his mind and illed out and smacked Shorty. I don't know. He do got a lot on his mind, though. PBC has been assimilated by Saudi. Which means this nigga, if he's not retiring, he's going to have to fight his contemporaries. Guess what? They ain't at 135 no more, Tank. You staying at 135 or you going to 140 or 147? Tio's up there. Devin's up there. But you still got roach problems. And 147 shouldn't be a problem because Jake Paul is way heavier than 147. This is your king, Tank. Aside from that, now he got these legal issues, man. Y'all, please leave me alone with this kid, man. I don't want to hear nothing. It's ridiculous, man. Can't say, man, this is ridiculous. There you go, Marco. Matt Borgeson back in that super chat. He says, one thing's for certain is that Floyd is a master at making his fighters look amazing against perfect opponents. Shakur matchmakers stank. True story. Oh, this fuck, yo, bro. Listen, I was so tired, bro. Man, I was on fumes. Only got 3 hours of sleep the night before I had something happen. And I'll call you when I get off, bro. I had so much. But Marco, if y'all don't know, this is the brother that Coach Cal told He told Marco. When he asked about Shakur versus Tank, Coach Cal said, why would we want that fight? He's not going to stand there and let us do what we do. Marco, did he not tell you that? On your live stream, go subscribe to Marco Boxing. Yes, sir. Yeah, Marco, at the last minute, I was sent a credential to go to the Amanda Serrano shit last night, bro. I was tired, bro. I was already back in the Bronx. I said, I'm going to bed. That's what I'm doing. Yep. Yeah, I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. He said that. And I'm like, yo, why would Cal say that shit out loud? Why would he say that, man? It's crazy. Yeah, Marco, by the time I got it, there were 2 fights into the event, bro. By the time I got it, I said, son of a man, you got to be kidding me. I'd have definitely, forwarded it. I made some, because I was gonna go on behalf of somebody. I'll just say that. And he got it at the 12th hour. And I'm like, shit. So I don't know what's going on. Man, I don't know what's going on with this kid Tank, man. I know y'all think that I wish hell on this dude. Whole time, I'm just asking y'all to justify. Y'all can't justify what this dude is doing. And now he has another fucking mugshot. And, let me ask y'all a question. No, Marco, all you got to do is send an email with the government name and saying that you're going to be there on this person's behalf. Yeah. So that's how it would have worked. Yeah. Butcher says, will Shakur fight Schofield Jr. if he win? Hope so. We need to make these matches, man. I hope so. I know y'all think I hate this kid. I'm just trolling y'all when I say I hate him. You think I want this kid going to jail? Let me be honest with you. I don't. You think I want this little motherfucker in jail? He has children, right? I do know that, right? You think I want to see him in prison? After all the stunts this fool-ass hit, where's my shit?
You fool-ass earth man.
After all the stunts he pulled, you think I want him in prison? Away from his babies? In the hands of these single mamas? For them to raise these little, because he got girls, right? Them to raise those girls in their image? You think I want that? The title of the show is Tank Needs an Intervention, not Enablers. For some reason, he still got a fan base that co-signs this degenerate behavior. And it is unbecoming. You hear me say that a lot. And like I said, he'll be sitting in the courtroom. He looks the part. Tattoos on his face, all over his body. All you got to do is Google all the dumb shit he says, all the dumb shit he's done. He has a criminal record and all kinds of shit. And if this last incident was not recorded, well, I heard that the mother, that's another thing I heard. I heard that the mother has something on video. I don't know. Do you think I want this kid in jail? If I mentored this kid, for him to get in trouble past a conversation I had with him, it will be all him. Hey, Hardy, salute, Queen. This is absurd. I can't believe he's around a bunch of people that he calls OGs and they can't keep him out of trouble. But you know what? He's 30 years old. He should know better. Jose says Drew, the mother does have a video. Well, if he's on video committing any kind of thing that could be interpreted as an assault, he's done. Now, does he get prison time? I don't know, y'all. Maybe he comes across a judge that says, yo, look, man, I'm tired of this with you. You again? Aren't you supposed to be training for a fight? I don't know. Maybe those shorties go in there and be like, yeah, you know, he's stressed out because he can't beat that guy and he took it out on me. I don't know. You think I want what's worse for this kid? Y'all put a coat on me and I lived it up. But serious side. You think I want what's worse for this kid? He don't need my help. He's been a fabulous fuck up all by himself. Y'all know people gonna say, oh, well, Drew, you ain't gotta put his mugshot out there. Please, the shit was on the news. It was on the news, man. He did this to himself. Yeah, Butcher, you know what? I mean, you know, whether he's mentally ready or not, he has a family already. You know, he has a family already. You feel me? You know, once you decide to be a parent, everything you used to do for leisure, that shit has to stop. Some people having kids was the best thing for them. They stopped the street shit. They got a job. That does happen. I have seen women that were the biggest smuts growing up. They spit out a baby. They say, you know what? No. I got to finish school. I got to get my degree. I got to get up, getting down. That's Trouble Man. They're remaking Trouble Man, y'all. Method Man's in it. And Michael Jai White is in it. Get up, getting down. Trouble Man. Sometimes having a kid will straighten you out. What's going on with Tank? He's easily distracted. Black people, whether you know it or not, whatever these motherfuckers do in the street, whether it be on the street level or in the limelight, everybody, it's a direct reflection on us. They say, oh man, this is what they do. This is what they do. No. Y'all remember when he had that car accident? And I spoke about it, and there was some kid in my chat that said, hey man, come on, Drew. We all make mistakes. That's never happened to you before? What, the mistake of the car accident? Of course I've made mistakes, but I can't say that I've crashed into a woman with my car, hitting her car, and I can't say that I've left the scene, leaving the car and everything. I can't say that I've done that. How is that normalized? You see, this is what responsibility. And this is why no Tank fan wants to pull up and fuss today. Because it's deeper than boxing. No one could argue with me with this Tank Davis shit. You know why? To argue with me and defend this kid is enabling this bullshit. He's 30 years old. He's not a kid. Unbelievable. Matt Borgeson back in his super chat. Since I hate content creators that constantly go out saying that they don't cover criminal stories about fighters. It's out there. Why not profit? Well, there are, I understand what certain content creators are. They don't want to shine a light on the negativity. I get it. In this case, it can't be ignored because he was arrested again. You feel me? He was arrested again. Now, there are people that want to clickbait and, you know, make a big deal out of it. I'll give you a prime example. And salute Jay Good. I agree with that. If he has Judge Althea Handy problems, if he's back in front of that same judge, it's over for him. Because didn't she say, I don't want to see you back here? Yeah, I think she did say that. I don't want to see you back here. Yeah, okay. Butcher says, do you think Tank have mental illness? Yes, I do. I do. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something about this fool-ass kid. They'll come back to me. Oh. Before somebody accuses me of that, of just trying to clickbait and make money, anything, you know, when you put certain things in the title, names go into the algorithm. Tank Davis, Devin Haney, you know, whatever. But if I really wanted to clickbait and bring down a black person, did I do a video on Auntie Schofield when he beat the shit out of his girlfriend? There's a whole video with audio. Did I do a video on that? Yeah, exactly, Monsabusa. I want to hit the girl, but he don't want to hit Lamont.
Good night.
King Corleone, salute. Did I do a video on Auntie Schofield? And guess what? I had that video for a minute. Someone sent it to me and I said, yo, is this real? And I looked, it was real. And he beat her ass. And Floyd Jr. walked onto the screen like, yo, what's going on? He beat her ass. I didn't say anything. I sat on that. I still got it. I sat on it. I said, oh, shit. Because you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to defend it. I'm not going to defend it because the ass whooping is on video. You know what I was holding it for? I'm going to tell you what I was holding it for. I was holding it to defend myself. And I said, man, this nigga, and I stress the word nigga because he's the one that said Ryan Garcia was not racist. He might be an asshole, but he's not racist. And I said, man, you know what? F this guy forever, bro. There ain't no coming back from that. And this is not a shot towards his son, but, you know, sins of the father. It works out that way sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I held on to it if he ever attacked the LDBC personally. That was when I was going to go in on him. And I had that video for like about a month and a half, y'all. I had it for about a month and a half. But you know who put it out? Janet Amarty put it out. As soon as he got a hold of it, he did a video immediately. See, now, he was trying to get money off of that. I said, oh, shit. But I know. Nobody attacked him. Nobody said, man, you know, why you not on code? No one said that to him. You know why? Because he's anti-Bill and Dev and pro-tank, whatever the fuck it is he is on. Whatever type of time he's on that. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's the bullshit. So I said, okay, well, he put it out. And I still didn't put it out. I didn't say, okay, it's safe to talk about it now. I didn't do that. I still got it. I said, I ain't going to talk about it. Now, I don't know what happened with that. I forget what happened. Was he arrested? I forget. But you see, I didn't make light of it. I didn't do it. But the things that I see with this Tank Davis fanatic fan base, and if you look up the word fanatic, it's not a good thing. I'm a fanatic of no man or woman. No. To be a fanatic of something is dangerous. Okay? That I am not. That I am not. Delano says, Drew, no disrespect, but you talking about Tank. Your boy Tito, he's talking about Shakur. Can't even attract, I'm reading how it's written, can't even attract, oh, you mean attract the main event over Belonga? Oh, you talking about Belanga? Okay. I ain't got nothing to do with what Shakur is doing. Ain't got nothing to do with it. I know Shakur was there at 135 to get punched in the face by Tank, and they were sitting there staring at each other. Why they didn't fight? I don't know. I don't know. As far as being the main event, I really don't care about that. Everyone laughed. Oh shit, Devin's not the main event. Ryan is. Well, number one, Ryan lost. All right. Number two, Tio fought before Devin. Number three, Devin was the highest paid on that whole card. So, I mean, it's a fail for the haters in all directions. Time reveals all truth. Teofimo ducked 11 million. Could have been fighting him next. Ryan Garcia went from saying, hey, I'm going to take some time off. My hand's broken. I'm going to take a year off. Oh, I don't like what Donald Trump is doing to Mexican people in America, but I want to fight Devin Haney on the lawn of the White House. He's back on that shit again. Whatever, man. Whatever. Boxing is a very weird place. Yeah, thank you, Jose. Tank said no to 50 mil to fight Devin in Saudi. Man, listen, I'm so over this kid. And MJ, what up? And to top it all off, just yesterday, his dumb ass gets arrested. I'm looking at everyone around him. And never forget, when he got that slap on the wrist last time, he was under house arrest. And matter of fact, he fucked that up. Remember that? He fucked that up. But they released a grown man into the custody of Coach Cal, right? How you get released into custody? You a grown man, you get released into custody of another grown man. Like you a kid. And then y'all get mad at me when I point out and say, yo, look, y'all don't see nothing wrong with this? Oh, you just mad because he pressed Devin at a restaurant. Yeah, because it makes him look like a fucking ignorant street nigga. And the next time he gets into legal trouble, they're going to refer to that. And look at this. When they saying, yo, we got to make a statement with this kid. He got to get some time. And I'm not wishing it on him. And I'm not saying that's going to happen. They might just throw this out. Hopefully they do. But in the event this goes to trial or something, they're going to review his track record. Now, what's his track record? And you got my answer. You got my concerns. You think I want this little nigga locked up? No. But you know what, man? Sometimes prison may be the best place for you niggas. I don't like the circumstances that Mike Tyson got locked up. That chick lied on him and she got away with it. But you know what? God's not a liar. And at that point in Mike Tyson's life, he was going at 100 miles an hour. And prison was the best place for him because he'd have messed around in the street and people ain't fighting Mike Tyson in the street. There's too many guns out here. He'd have got blicked off and he'd have been another casualty. Like, oh man, he'd have been all-time great and some coward shot him. Nope. Mike Tyson used to play in these streets a lot. An absolute bully. I seen it. Fat Joe tells a story about that. About something that happened at the tunnel. Just go. It's on YouTube. But I know about that story. God has a strange way of sitting you down. The circumstances may have sucked, but Mike had to sit down. And he got to get sat down off of a lie. But prison was the best at that time. If you know, you know. See, some of these cats are getting your 20s. You don't know. Mike needed to be sat down because he was doing way too much. He was having car accidents. He was running around with Robin Givens and getting into bullshit. Distracted from the ring. The people around him meant him no good. So what good are these motherfuckers around Tank if they're not sitting him down and say, yo, look, champ, you got to stop, man. And this might be a situation where this chick is crying wolf, absolutely lying on him, but the legal system is saying, yo, look, we tired of you getting in front of us. We got to sit you down, bro. We don't care what happened. But now we got to make a statement. They take 2 years from his career at 30 years old. What's he going to do? Boxing has already proven that they're not waiting on him. What y'all Tank fans going to say? Oh, he could have been great if he didn't get sat down for those 2 years. Bullshit. They said the same thing. Oh, only Mike Tyson lost because to Evander Holyfield because if he didn't go to prison, bullshit. Evander was always going to whoop his ass. He knew that. That's why he ain't fight him. The night he fought Buster Douglas, it was supposed to be Evander. He chose to fight Buster Douglas. And he got his ass kicked. UYNs, no, y'all never look in the goddamn mirror, ever. Y'all never say, hey, you know what? It's me. You never say that. You enable this nonsense. That's why nobody popped up to defend this monkey. Because you can't do it. Yo, those chicks is lying. You don't know that, but let's say she is. Now he got another mugshot. He don't know better to stay out of trouble at this point? But I'm a hater though, right? No, you hate him. Because you don't love him enough to tell the goddamn truth. Which is why I say you niggas are not my brothers. You a bunch of posers and cowards. Y'all want to be all in the goddamn pictures. Y'all never understand why that shit he did with Devin, to Devin at the restaurant, all he did was make a fool of himself. But there was a bigger picture to that. I said, y'all don't see why this is a problem? This is who y'all want to remember him as? This is silly. And I'm going to tell you something else. Nobody remembers a coulda, woulda, shoulda. At least Mike Tyson broke some records. At least Mike Tyson has some buzz in the 80s that we've never seen before. Was he protected by way of resume? Yeah. Did he come along when the heavyweight division was kind of like fugazi? Yeah. But he did enough. All Tank did was become damn near a freak show. Tattoos on his face and weird way of dress, weird style of dress, and it attracted all you YNs, but y'all don't know shit about boxing. And you old YNs, all y'all doing is saying, oh, I identify with where he came from. But yeah, shut your stupid mouth. You're not doing him any favors. I don't hear nobody celebrating that ignorance but us. If this is his demise, career-wise, think about this. Your last fight was a feud against a 130-pound fighter that you couldn't dominate. And what you said at the end was, I had got some grease in my eye. And that's another thing. Y'all YNs threatened that poor girl. She from the Bronx, by the way. She said, this is what I use in his hair. It says no alcohol, no grease. There was no grease in your eye. It was called a fucking right hand from Lamont Roach. It made you take a knee. That's what it was. And can you imagine not being able to run it back? So you messed off a Lamont Roach payday, and on top of that, you blew a Jake Paul fight? That's how we're going to remember this kid? 20 years from now. How good was Tank? Well, we don't know. Why? He never fought Devin. He never fought Shakur. Never fought Tio. Never fought Loma. Oh, well, Loma ducked him. No, that's not the whole story. Loma decided not to fight him and then retired. It's not like he ducked him and then fought somebody else. No, he said no thank you, and he retired because he had a back injury. That was it. But they could have fought 5 years prior to that. He didn't do it. And if you think the world of boxing is going to defend Tank over Lomachenko, you're bugging. They're still saying that he really beat Devin right now. They're not going to defend Tank like how they defend Mike Tyson. They're not. He ain't been around long enough. He ain't done enough. They're going to credit him with Ryan Garcia? The same guy that Rolly Romero beat? The drug addict? That guy? Who had to cheat to compete against Devin Haney? And the minute he got off drugs, he's getting knocked around the ring by Rolly Romero? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he beat Rolly Romero. So then that cancels out the Ryan Garcia shit, but he made a shitload of money, right? When they come to review Tank Davis, it's not even close. 20 years from now, who knows what Shakur's going to go on and do? And you got Brian Norman running around here now. It's shark-infested water. And instead of punching these niggas, he's punching women. Okay? All right? All these other guys are looking to punch each other. He's punching his baby mama, allegedly. Man, I'm disappointed in this kid. And at this point, whatever happens, happens. Let me get my day started, man. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelda, Cash App, the Super Chat. Be on the lookout for Pep Talk. And go subscribe to my Patreon. I got some fire brewing. And y'all be safe today, man. Bronx on day.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.